Hey, it's the old RF with one of his famous B-roll beginning things because he didn't do it at the last time. So I've been at the test lab for 5 or 6 days. It blew sustained, as Captain Greg Moon would say, if you're a nautical dude, sustained 30 miles an hour. And it sounded like this. So I'm doing this at the house. This is video 3 of the quartering in shot series with the hunting public guys who were kind enough to let me use their footage. It is with permission, just letting you know. Stay tuned. Been a couple of comments about the shot placement and understanding that these guys were coached to shoot deer there, and a ton of people are. That's the premise of this video. Is the general consensus in the market is that you always shoot the deer 3 inches back behind the shoulder because that's where you shoot them no matter the angle. In this video, I have a deer. And I've got a necropsy. It's not an autopsy, it's a necropsy, but whatever. And I say autopsy and stuff just to keep it fresh. But I'm going to show you the internal organs. So if you haven't seen video 1 or 2, you need to go back. And that's not because I'm trying to get views. It's a series. I'm warming this thing up. So the first one was the basics. The second one got into more detail. Now I've got a necropsy on a deer. So watch you can watch this video. It will make some sense to you, but you should go back to the first and second so it all wraps together because it's all about the same videos. So here's the deal. Here we go. Necropsy on a deer. And then there'll be a couple more videos after this, and then a couple of them are awesomeness with other deer being broken. Probably ought to watch this. My buddy Lance is cleaning a deer back there. He shot a pig. We've been culling some does today. Rhonda's over there. She's hiding in the corner. And she shot a deer too. So I have a deer. Okay, this here video is about the quartering in shot and why it's relatively risky to shoot them back because there's facts and stuff, organs, stuff like that. And we're about to show you some of that stuff because y'all know that I think that facts are stubborn things because smart guy said that a long time ago. And I've got this deer cut up pretty good, and you can see inside of the rib cage and everything. I'm going to show you why your shot angles matter and why you have to shoot. Well, you don't have to shoot forward. You can do whatever you want to do, but it is a high, suggestion from your best friend, the ranch fairy, that you shoot these deer more forward with an adult arrow. You got the old flap, well, you might bounce off and, got them pretty good and they run around for days and days. But in the video you saw, Aaron shot that deer forward. I went 25 seconds and down where you're supposed to shoot it like a man or a woman. And then the other shots are a little further back, and I'm getting ready to show you why those took longer because it's where all the organs and stuff are. But when you get a look at this, you're going to realize that you're one lung livering them almost every time, and the exit's in the guts. And I want to show you what's in the guts to make you realize why the blood doesn't come out. It's hay. Hang on. Back to the autopsy. It's actually a necropsy. We saw Jake shoot 2 deer about right here, quartering in. One with a mechanical and one with the Maasai. Right about there, okay? We saw Greg shoot one a little lower, somewhere in this area, a little tighter, but not real tight, and it exited more this direction, okay? When you flip the hood back, those hits, Jake's 2 shots are coming in right here. This is to be the back of the lung. You're going to hit if you shoot back here. Again, here. You're gonna hit a lung, yeah. A strafing rake on the lung. It's going to go through the diaphragm and then maybe hit the liver, but it's going to hit this and all this yummy stuff back here. and exit low in the guts out of a tree stand. We saw Aaron shoot that deer by the decoy, and it was quartering in. He hit it somewhere in this area. However, it was not a descending blow. It was a straight through blow, and this is why he got the double lung, because it was horizontal. So the tree stand shot comes in like this, hits, and goes this direction, and goes down. The diaphragm is at an angle like this. So it's actually angled like this, more towards the front of the legs. You see that? It's not, everybody thinks the diaphragm is vertical like this. And they think the diaphragm is straight like that. But that is not true. The diaphragm actually ends down here and is at an angle about like that, narrowing your shot capability. On Aaron's deer on the ground, because he's shooting straight through quartering in, it has a higher chance because of this curve in, well, it's not a curve, because the diaphragm is angled, he had a better chance of double lunging it. But when you shoot out of a tree stand, you get this downward shot. It goes into here and then enters this lower section down here. And that's all guts. So that's that shows you the anatomy. So on the tree stand shot, if you wanted to hit them, you'd hit them higher, try to take out the top of the lungs and drive through. The best shot in the world is just to aim for the exit and pound them through this area and drive it through both lungs. So if you hit them up front here, it's going to go through the top of the vessels of the heart and exit low into the lungs and maybe catch the low gut. But you do a lot more damage shooting forward than you do when you shoot here. Hit this lung, and then it's going into the diaphragm, into that. Capiche? Side here. Now we got to turn this off. So a little aside here. I don't know how you people think blood is going to run from, if you one lung liver them and it's out of a tree stand and it exits in the guts, which is about 100% chance. How's it going to bleed? So the digestive tract works like this. The stomach is the most recent material entering the digestive tract. Fact. The most recent grass, corn, whatever they're eating is in there. And then as it moves down into the intestines, it slowly decomposes into more goo. So you're going to shoot an arrow, quartering in, through the lungs, through the liver, through the guts, through hay and grass, and then more decomposing goo. And then you expect blood to get out of that. I don't know how you think that's supposed to occur, but if you want to continue to believe that, I'm okay with it. Just when you don't get any blood trails on this shot and you shoot a quartering in shot back, just continue to remember what the ranch fairy said. It's full of hay. It's not, blood's not going through it. It's like a solid mass. The ranch fairy continues to provide information no one else is talking about. They just tell you, hey, what you do is get your old flapper, big old flap and the old Twizzler. Just whip them kind of through the middle somewhere and just kill them down. It'll get them. But the solution to this is to get an adult arrow and just start shooting them forward and break through those bones and everything and hit the very vital organs in the front and not risk that one lung, liver, gut shot. We saw Aaron shoot the first deer forward. It was 25 seconds. Jake's 8 hours and next day. And then Greg's deer took a little while, a few hours, but they found it. That is what happens when this shot's taken. And then Aaron's deer over the decoy was actually a double lung, but he was on the ground. And that made a difference because the arrow went through more horizontally and took out the back lung. Remember, that diaphragm is angled like that. And on the tree stand shot, it's actually more risky to shoot them back because that diaphragm's angled. It is not flat and is more likely to exit very low gut and not really even hit the liver because the liver is relatively high in the animal. Hey, that's the Ranch Fairy. Thank you very much for watching my impossible to monetize video. Hit that subscribe button or whatever. Hit the bell thing. I don't even know what that is. And buy one of the shirts. Look below. There's a t-shirt that says shoot adult arrows. Traps around on that. Make some people annoyed. It's really fun. We got to clean this deer. Pig's cleaned. It's a pig party. Late.